Your CEO just dropped $2 million on AI tools. Everyone is using ChatGPT. Your Slack is full of AI-powered this and Copilot that. Does that sound like you? And your company's profits? Exactly the same. Here's the part that will make you laugh. 80% of companies using AI right now are seeing zero impact on the bottom line. Not less than expected, not slower than hoped. I'm saying zero. Welcome to the Gen AI paradox. And if you're a project manager, you're about to become the scapegoat. But welcome to our world. Let me hit you up with some numbers because they're absolutely wild based on the stats that we're beginning to see in the Gen AI space. So companies are throwing 61.9 billion at AI in 2025. That's a 94% increase from last year. Meanwhile, 42% of them are already shutting down their AI pilots, which is up from just 17% last year. So think about that. We're doubling down on something that appears to be failing at double the rate. It's like watching someone lose at poker, then go all in, and then act shocked when they lose again. And so I'm calling this out because I've seen it destroy a project from the inside, firsthand. My name is John Nova. I'm founder of Javon Tech. We help project managers and tech leaders actually deliver on AI initiatives instead of just talking about them. And trust me, after working with lots of projects trying to do AI and lots of companies trying to do these AI initiatives, I've seen several flavors of this disaster. Here's what nobody's telling you. The problem isn't the technology. The AI works fine. The problem is that many companies are measuring the wrong thing, deploying in the wrong places, and ignoring about 70% of value that's evaporating before it even hits the spreadsheet. And I'm going to show you exactly where that value is leaking, why everyone's too scared to admit it, and 3 moves that actually turn AI into money. So I want you to stick with me on this one. But first, here's what's really going on. There are 3 leaks draining every ounce of AI value before it shows up as ROI. The first leak is really invisible to executives. The second one, your team is likely creating it right now without knowing. And the third one, it's built into how companies think about AI and AI productivity. We'll get to 3, but first, you need to understand why this is happening to virtually everyone in this new AI game. So what's the Gen AI paradox? McKinsey called this the Gen AI paradox, and it's deliciously ironic. Basically, about 80% of companies have deployed Gen AI, and nearly 80% report no material impact on earnings. Why? Because Gen AI made AI so accessible that everyone rushed to use it for everything. ChatGPT is easy, Microsoft Pilot is everywhere, so companies threw AI at every task that they could find. Emails, summaries, brainstorming, slide decks. But here's the punchline. Doing tasks faster doesn't mean doing valuable work. You just automated your way to faster mediocrity. So what's the first leak I was talking about? It's a coordination tax. Let me show you how this works, right? Because it's invisible to many executives. So Gartner found that AI can save people 25% of their time. That sounds good, right? Well, 20 to 80% of that saved time gets eaten immediately by what they call coordination costs, which is switching between tools, explaining AI output to teammates, fixing AI mistakes, technical debt, and attending meetings about the AI and not about the end goal. So that 4 hours saved per week that your workers are celebrating, it's actually 45 minutes after the coordination tax. Essentially, your efficiency gains are being devoured by all the chaos of having the efficiency gains in the first place. It's like buying a really fast car, but you have to spend all the time in the store, not on the road, because you're trying to get it tuned. And that leads me right to leak number 2. This is where project managers like me get crucified. Now, even after the coordination tax, Gartner says about 30 to 70% of the remaining value is unharvested, meaning nobody actually converts that saved time into cost reduction or revenue. So your developer is coding faster, right? So do you actually hire fewer developers after measuring the output? Your writer is finishing blogs in half the time. So do they write twice as many, posts? Nope. What happens generally is the time just vanishes. It gets filled into more meetings and more Slack messages, more strategic thinking time that produces nothing. You're not capturing the value. You're just making people busy in new ways now that AI is even managing to save some of the time. And here's the kicker. S&P Global found that projects aren't failing because of tech issues. They're failing because of human factors, employee resistance, I've experienced this, skill gaps, change issues, cultural inertia. Basically, your people don't actually want to work differently most of the time. AI has been forced on many people. And that leads me to number 3. This is the one that kind of explains everything. Many organizations are optimizing for tasks and not outcomes. So most companies employ AI horizontally, ChatGPT for everyone, Copilot for all. Now, these tools help individuals work faster, true, but they don't change what work is getting done. So McKinsey found that 90% of high-impact vertical AI use cases, the ones that actually transform business functions, are stuck in pilot mode. And why is this? Because they require rethinking the entire workflow. They require retraining teams, changing processes, and challenging sacred cows. Can anyone relate to this? So instead, companies take on the easy path, sprinkle AI on existing processes, and then call it innovation. You're not transforming, you're just turbocharging the status quo that many times is rubbish. All right, that's enough carnage. So how about talking about how to fix this? And these are not just vague suggestions, these are measurable career-saving moves. The first tip is stop measuring just time saved. Start measuring money kept or money made. Now, so this is what the US Treasury did, for example. So instead of asking, how can AI make us faster? They're asking, where is money bleeding out? Then they used AI to find fraud and waste and hidden costs, and the result is about 4 billion saved in 1 year. So how do you apply that? Identify one financial leak in your project, budget overruns, vendor bloats, resource wasting, and then deploy AI there. Measure dollars and not just hours. Tip number 2, kill the horizontal rollout. Go deep on one vertical use case. Pick one function, customer support, procurement, quality testing, and use AI to fully automate or transform the process. Not to assist it, to transform it, to change it. That's the meaning of the word transform, yeah? McKinsey data shows that companies that do this can expect to see about 15% of work decisions made autonomously by 2028. That's not just a productivity boost, that's a business model change. So what's your move today? Choose one painful, repetitive workflow. 1. Build an AI solution that owns it from end to end, and then prove ROI in that narrow space. And when it's working, then expand. And that leads me to the third tip. Create a value capture team and make them annoying. This is the move nobody wants to talk about. You need 1 to 2 people whose only job is to hunt down where saved time goes and force it into measurable outcomes. Did you save for hours? Great. That person now delivers 1 extra project or reduce headcount by 10%. No fluff. And the last thing is run AI like you'd run a profitability audit, not an innovations lab. Gartner predicts 40% of agentic AI projects will be cancelled by 2027 because they're hype-driven, not value-driven, and a lot of us know this already. So flip the script. Before you deploy anything, answer, if this works, what specific cost disappears or what revenue increases and by how much? If you don't have any answer, maybe you should not deploy. So what's your move? Create a 1-page AI ROI contract for every initiative. Expected savings, timelines to realize it, who is accountable, no exceptions. Look, AI isn't failing. How we're deploying it is failing. Obsession over tasks as opposed to obsession over returns. The companies that crack this won't be the ones with the fanciest models. No, they'll be the ones who ruthlessly convert AI efficiency into actual business outcomes. So if you're a project manager or tech leader trying to make AI actually work at your company, we can have a conversation with you, us the crew at Javan Technology. We can help you find the leaks, we can help you fix the deployment, we can help you turn AI from an expense into an asset. I'd like you to drop a comment. What's the biggest AI disaster you've seen at your company? I read every single one. And if this hit you differently than the usual AI is amazing hype, then subscribe, because we're just getting started exposing what actually works in the world of tech project management. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.